Okay, we are live right now. Thank you. Crossroad Africa, we are back. We are very sorry with this network. We try to understand us. And let's just start now. Let's start the class properly. So, Chidinma, the class is up to is for you now. The floor is for you. You have the floor now. You can start the class.
Okay. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for my internet this night.
You
We tried
understand?
to, we tried to, I had a slide, I believe, when we were trying to share the screen and it was affecting it. So today I would like to talk about the business of shoemaking. But before then, I want to talk about what I do. I'm the co-founder of the Footwear Academy. At the
Okay.
Footwear Academy, enable individuals, protestants through training, access quality raw materials, and finishing services. We also
Okay.
offer consultancy services as well. So, when thinking through this subject, business of shoemaking, I decided to do break down my points into eight I would want to know before getting into the business of shoemaking. And that's what I'm going to be talking about. So I'm just going to get into it. Most of the points are gotten from our normal business model canvas.
Okay.
Um, so basically, I'm going to be explaining a typical business model canvas for a food a company. She's like basically giving you an overview of everything you should consider if you are interested in getting into the footwear business. So number one is your value proposition, and your value proposition
Okay.
simply implies what are you going to be offering the market. And say they want to serve the entire. They want to. I see people come to me and I ask them, so what do you want? And they say they want to produce shoes. So what type of shoes are you going to produce them? They said they're going to produce shoes for everybody, which which doesn't really help, because if you're going to succeed in the footwear industry, you would want to streamline or pick a niche for your pick a niche market. And I'm going to go into the different kind of markets in the footwear industry. But one of the first things before you enter into the footwear business is to think through your value proposition. What is your value proposition? What are you going to be doing differently? Your value proposition
Okay.
can either be it can either be qualitative or
Okay.
quantitative. Qualitative in the sense of design, style, comfort. You can decide to make orthopedic shoes. So it's in that instance, it means that you're bringing something that is qualitative. It's not quantifiable. And quantitative in the sense of pricing, you can decide to come into the market as a luxury product or as a mass market product. So what is the value proposition? Think through it, and that's the first thing. And you can get your value proposition from the problem you're trying to solve, from the need you're meeting, from an intellect you're starting out with. So just think through it, and then you get your value proposition. And then the next point is who are who are your customers. You
Okay.
need industry is very broad. Like it's an industry that is so exciting because you can choose um you can choose to do so many things with it, so many things. um you can choose to go into, because from the value chain there's so many opportunities, especially in Africa. Get behind us. So we have from the tannery. You can choose to open up your own tannery. You can choose to be the middleman that gets closest to the market. You can choose to be the footwear manufacturer. You can choose to be a footwear accessory maker. You can choose to be a footwear seller. So they're like there's a lot of people in the value chain, and if any of these places, you are going to make money. So while thinking through who your customers are, you should think about whether, if you're going to go into footwear production, like topic is the business of shoemaking. If you're going to go into shoemaking proper, you must understand that your customers can be found in mass market, or in a niche market, or in a segment. A mass market is broad. A niche market is targeting people like male or female, or shoes. And then the segment is, for instance, some people do male shoes, but they do only sneakers, or male or sports shoes, or male dress shoes. So it means in that instance they're targeting like just a segment of a particular niche market. The footwear industry is also classified by type, in the sense that
Okay.
when I'm trying to talk about the footwear market because it's so
Okay.
important that you understand it. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go
Can-
ahead. Go ahead.
So the footwear market, yes, it's classified. The market of the footwear market by type. There are two types under the market. It's classified by type. We have the athletic shoes and non-athletic shoes. It's also classified by not by the end user. We have male, female, and children shoes, and it's also classified by material. We have leather material and non-leather. So the third topic we'll talk about filmmaking is what are the channels you want your customers. You can choose to do online, you can choose to do offline. We started online channel. We reached most of our customers online because we were a startup. We didn't have enough money to do the offline marketing, and then we did a bit of offline marketing in our online
Okay.
marketing process. So you can choose to do both. Offline marketing is an example of maybe billboard, flyers, roller banners, trade shows, etc. Online marketing are all the marketing that you do online, from your website to your social media to your mobile app. Just think through all the places where you would be able to meet your customers. Every of a customer touch point, that your your channels must be fast, efficient, and cost effective. So fast in the sense that customers now just want you to respond like right now, and like Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, they make it easy for you to respond to your customers immediately. There's no need to do back and forth emails. You can easily get the feedback from your customer and send all the information you need to send right now. It must be efficient, and it must also be cost effective. Mayowa, are you there? Hello? Okay, I'm just going to go ahead.
I'm with you.
The fourth, Mayo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm with you. Go ahead.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm
I
with
just
you. Go
wanted.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. So we've talked about value proposition. We've talked about our customers, knowing the customer, we talked about the footwear market. We've talked about the channels on reaching your customers. And now is, how are you going to make money, which is your revenue channel. And this is the part that I'm pretty sure a lot of people tuned into this. So how to tap into 120 billion dollar market of the footwear industry, which is very interesting. There's so many
Yes,
ways,
now
like I said,
120
that you can.
billion. It's much now, 120 billion. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
only you guys
yeah.
that are chopping that money. You guys
Oh
are the one
no,
making
please
the
don't.
money.
What still, the industry in Nigeria is still raw. So you have to do a lot of work to in
Okay.
order to tap into it. But that's the work that we're doing, right? But the
Okay.
industry in Europe and the industry in America, they have done the work, and it's the work that we're doing now. So Funny thing, I have one of the people that we went to Italy this year to swim from one of the best
Okay.
swimmmakers in the world, and we one of our class facilitators works in in a company, a footwear company that has a 1 year 1 year waiting list. So you would order a pair of shoes, and you would get to wait for 1 year to get it. And all the shoes in the store pre-order is like 1,000 euros, which is like more than 400,000 naira for a pair of shoes. So yes, there is money in the footwear industry. We were really impressed. We went to the store, we looked, we asked questions. It was a very inspiring journey for us. So back to how you are going to make money in the foot. Number one is asset sale, which is like what I just said now about the sale of your shoes. If you sell shoes, you can make money by selling products. So asset sales, like you can make money by selling a product, whatever product you have. If you're in the material market, so you can make money by selling the materials like leather, laces, shoelace, etc. Sales. The second way of making money is service usage fee, and typically I see this a lot in Aba and Mushi market, where even if you don't have a sewing machine, and even if you don't have a filing machine, there are places where you can go and
Oh yeah.
sorry.
Yes, I said yes. You are very right because I know we have I work in motion too. So my office
Oh
is in
really?
motion. Yeah,
Oh
and I
okay.
know how you guys come to Waste Street to buy the material. So
Yes, Waste Street. Waste Street. Yeah,
okay,
so
let's
she
just
knows the market very well. So you can come to Waste Street or area in Aba, and there are places, there are people that sew. What they do is sew. So what they're offering is service usage fee. So you can get paid. You can make money from sewing for people. You can make money from filing for people, from offering like services for people. So they're like amazing opportunities for people. If you're thinking of learning shoemaking, it's a very lucrative industry. You can also make money from business, having a store and offering the services. So it also works as well. Uh, Subscription fees. You can create a hub, and people pay subscription to come and use some of the machineries and stuff like that. Anyhow it works. So it can also be from let's say for instance you have a product on, you have like a website where
okay.
people can buy shoes and shoemakers are posted, you can make money. Fee. There is rent, leasing, lending. For instance, we have this there's a machine we have. It's called a soap press machine, and we have like two of those. So we started thinking of renting out one, or selling it, or renting it out, or leasing it out. We can make money from that as well. You can make money from licensing. For instance, you can create a particular design, copyright it, and people can pay you just to use your protected intellectual property. So there's so many ways in which you can make money in the footwear industry. This is like my most exciting topic, subtopic in this whole slide, because this is the part that talks about money, and I like making money.
Mhm. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So,
Okay,
okay.
so
You
um, do I still have time?
still have time. You still have time. Go ahead. Go ahead. You still have time.
Okay. Yes, key partners. Okay, I hope I'm not boring everybody. I'm really sorry. My slides were really good, but I'll probably share the slide much later. Is it possible, Mayowa, to give out the
Mm,
slide? I don't
yeah, it's
know.
possible. It's possible.
If for
Yeah,
anybody
it's
interested.
possible.
Yeah, so we're thinking about the key partners. And this is very important because these are the people that you're going to be liaising with a basis spot. So you have to think about your raw material suppliers. If you're going to be producing, you have to have raw materials people, because without your raw materials, you cannot produce shoes. Like if if you don't have a particular leather, you have to have like a leather person, or a person you buy soles from, or a person you buy gum from, a person. It's your raw material suppliers have to be handy. You can also, you also have to think about logistics. Think about logistics, because you, if you're going to be making shoes, you're going to be delivering these shoes, so you need to think about logistics partner. We typically use a particular, for us, is it, we use God is Good Logistics, and for basically our within Nigeria within Nigeria deliveries, they have like an e-commerce section where you can pay, where you can pay, and then they just keep deducting the money from you, and it's cheaper. It's way cheaper to use God is Good. And I'm not doing ad for them because I don't know them, but it's always, I always find it useful to share some of the tools that we use that has worked for us, because we've tried a lot of
Thank you so much for that.
companies and it didn't work. You can also
Thank
think,
you so much.
yes. Yes, and then if you're going to do outside Nigeria deliveries, because I'm a big crusader of export. If you're going to do outside deliveries, you can always make sure that you're signing up on their SME platform for DHL or UPS. They always have like amazing platform for startups and for SMEs. Sign up for it. I think 50,000, 25,000. You'll be able to get a plan, and you'll be able to deliver your products at a very cheap price or rate. You have to think about your distributors and retailers. Think about your marketing and advertising platforms, and as well investors. These are your key partners. Investors can be your grantors or people giving you money. Or basically, I always say the best money to collect, even though I've collected about 2 grants, I think so, is
Okay.
still customer money. Customer
Okay.
money. The sweet amount of money, no matter how free grants are, they're still not free. You know, customer money is the sweetest. It's your money, and you can do whatever it is you want to do with it. You can take a vacation,
Nice from there. Nice from
So,
there.
so I think your customers are part of your investors as well. Yeah. So the sixth point is your key resources. Your key resources are like your team, which is like one of the things that really affect a lot of SMEs in Nigeria. It's hard to get a very good team that is dedicated. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur and self-employed now. And everybody wants the hype without the work. So if you really, really have a good team, if you're lucky to get like people that can buy into your passion, keep them, do all you can to like, keep them. And so your team is key. Team for me is key. Um, your resources you're thinking about the money, capital, and today we're not going to be talking about how to raise money. So we're not going to get into that. But there are a lot of amazing opportunities. You'll be surprised at a lot of amazing opportunities for people in the manufacturing sector, in the fashion sector, and lots of grants, lots of opportunities. Just go online, search for these things. And this is one of the things that I did, and my husband did as well, because we didn't have money, so we kept looking for ways in which we can get money to finance our business, and fortunately we were able to get. You also think about your space, your physical space, like your factory space, and I mean physical resources. So people always think you have to have like a big factory in order to produce shoes, and I don't think it's, you can start producing shoes from your living room. You can it depends on kind of shoes you're producing. You can start small. We started from our living room. We had like a 3 bedroom, and we turned our living room into a factory space. So whenever friends and families visited, they knew they were visiting an office slash home, and work never ended for me and my husband. It was like walking back to back. But that was in the beginning of our startup journey. And now we have our own office space, and we're now able to separate work and home, which is thankfully very relieving. So, but don't be afraid to start small. Even the Bible says, do not despise the days of humble beginning. So you don't need a big factory space. Just
Yeah.
start small and
Of
start
course.
making
Of course.
money from your customers. And then another as well is intellectual. Always make sure that if you come up with, you always make sure you trademark your company. You do trademarks, you get certifications, you get licenses, do all the things you can do to set yourself apart from your competition. Your key resources are the things that you need in your company to, keep moving. So, last but not least, we're going to talk about the key activities that you're going to be involved in doing. So, if you're going to do shoemaking, we're going to be talking about your shoe production, raw material procurement and sourcing, marketing. You're going to do a lot of marketing, distribution and logistics. You're going to be doing a lot of quality control and equipment maintenance. This year or mid this year, there was this moment when all our machines got bad at the same time. It was a very depressing time for us. All our machines got bad at the same time, and it dawned on us that maybe we weren't doing a lot of equipment maintenance. That took a startup journey, and do not one of the things I've learned is persistence. You have to like running a business in Nigeria, you have to develop, like, I'll call it startup muscle to
Of
solve
course. It's not easy to run business on our end yet. No,
solve problems. So it's not, so your equipment are going to, and then again life is like so there's so many things we listen. But you're going to say something my friend says. I'm just going to digress a bit. She's also an entrepreneur that I really admire, and she said something to me. She said, Chidinma, every time I want to do something, I make up my mind that I'm going to get it. It's either it comes to me easily or it comes to me the hard way, but I will get it. So that's my advice to people today. If you're going to do the footwear, if you're going to get into the footwear or shoemaking
nice.
industry, make up make up your mind to succeed. You might not succeed the easy way, but you will either way. It will keep you going. There's going to be a lot of research and development, which is one of the key resources that a lot of businesses in Nigeria do not do. We don't do a lot of research, don't do a lot of development, and you must understand that you cannot be relevant if you're not activating your processes, if you're not learning new things, if you can't be content because there's so much to learn, there's so much to do, there's so many limits to break. So you need to keep researching, you need to keep developing, you need to keep getting better and better. Because as a shoemaker or someone in the footwear industry, you can't pick up a shoe you did in 2018 and compare it to a shoe you made in 2019. There has to be a lot of difference. There has to be. You have to look at the one you did in 2018 and be like, oh no, wow, I did this. No, this can't be my design. You have to be way better than you used to be. You have to be way, way better than you used to be. And then the last and the least is your cost. You have to think of
Okay.
the cost. Your cost can come in form of a fixed cost, like your rent, the space, your machines, your space, station, salaries that you might be paying, can be fees, your licensing and stuff, and it can be variable in terms of raw materials, because raw materials can vary due to market changes, creation, money, your marketing, logistics, etc. Basically, the most important thing I always say is drive down your cost. Like drive things that affected us a lot when we're starting off was that our costs were very, very high. Someone told us that producing in Nigeria is really expensive and really hard. And when we started, we really, really experienced it. So businesses that tend to succeed in Nigeria are businesses that have learned to cut down on cost. If you're able to, then especially in the starting period, especially when you're starting out, if you're able to cut down on cost, if you're able to do And as an entrepreneur, you're going to wear a lot of hats. You're going to be like your finance person. You are going to be like the graphic designer. You are going to be your video person. You are going to be your marketer. You are going to be you're going to like wear a lot of hats before you start making money. And even when you start making money, make sure that you're still cutting down costs. If you can get materials at a cheaper price, it's always better to buy materials in bulk. There's just so many ways you can cut down on. So these are some of like the 8 key points that I have, but I'll be happy to answer any questions that everybody might have. Show any questions you have about the footwear industry, and if it comes up on the screen, I'll definitely provide an answer. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Chidinma. I think I have question for you, and I'm very sure our
Okay.
listeners too they will have question at the same time. But my first question is,
Okay.
first, before I will even ask, I want to commend you that thank you for so much for sharing this secret with us, because I don't even know that you need to have all this in knowledge or information at hand before you even step in, because the way you are even talking about the raw material taking course, it seems mathematics is very, very important with this business. So, so it seems mathematics is very, very important. So I need to go
It
and
is
learn more
actually.
about relation too. So my first question is, how will you say about the digital tools, and how has
Okay.
digital tools help your business? That is the first question that I want to ask.
Okay.
Yep.
Um, digital tools, how it has helped my business. Funny thing. I get most of my customers on LinkedIn in a very interesting. That is so interesting. Many of my so LinkedIn has been like a very interesting tool. And when we started, I used Canva for all of the designs, all the marketing designs. I Canva was like my go-to tool for marketing. What
Okay.
was that? Yes, Canva. I use a lot of tools actually in marketing and in especially for marketing really, and in
Okay.
I think marketing marketing most that's what we get most about tools for. Yeah. So I use Canva. I use all the social media. We are on my business. Way back as 2017, and it drives a lot of people to our website, and I get a lot of calls from Google and from Google Maps. I get people from Facebook, Instagram too. I use all because before getting into shoemaking, um I do digital marketing. So I use my digital marketing knowledge for my business, and by the grace of God it helped a lot.
So
So yes, so I
you
can
are
able to do the Canva for some designs, although I have a graphic designer.
okay. So you are part of the beneficiary of digital marketing, right?
Yes. I learned digital marketing in 2016. Yes,
Okay.
2016. Yeah, I even taught digital marketing for a bit. I still,
Okay.
I thought, yes, and I still manage some. I had like some digital marketing clients that I still manage some of their pages still today. So I wear a lot of hats, but digital marketing helps me a lot, and I feel like it's the knowledge that a lot of entrepreneurs must have in order to excel in the industry. Are you there? Hello. Hello. Sumo.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
To government policy. How has government
Okay.
policy affect, or we have some kind of policy that are not friendly in Africa, and some of them are really affecting
Okay.
the entrepreneur or the startups. So how do you want to relate the government policy with what you are doing the government? Because I know your industry have some policy, either awesome or not.
Yeah, there are lots of policies. I really don't like to get into government issues and stuff, but um, one of the policies that's supposed to actually help the footwear industry in Nigeria is the one from custom, Nigerian custom, that says that imported shoes are contraband. So it means that people we're not supposed to be competing with shoes that are coming in from our borders, like shoes that are coming from China, which is like really, really populating the entire market. But the borders are not really these shoes are still coming in, they're still finding their way in, and most times they are not helping the local manufacturers because they sometimes are mass produced, which means that they are cheaper and they're cheaper, available everywhere. The distribution is mad. So basically, the government policy is supposed to be helping us, but it's not well implemented. So if it's well implemented, I'm pretty sure it will really, really help the footwear industry. It will really help. So there's
Okay.
already policies on ground, but not well implemented. Yeah. Hello. 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 Hello.
Now I'm trying to see whether we have any question. Nobody is asking question. But I
Any
have
question? Okay.
now I want to ask, how do you know this your business is something that you can integrate with e-commerce business, which you have said earlier on. Is
Mm-hmm.
it necessary that if you want to do it online, you should if you want to go into online business with this your business, that an e-commerce business should be mandatory from the beginning or not necessary?
Can I can I get that question again? I think I lost it for a bit.
Is it necessary that e-commerce, hello, can you hear me?
Okay. Can
Can
you
you
come
hear
again
me?
with that question? Yes, I
I'm
can.
asking if is it necessary that e-commerce website should be considered when launching this type of business on the internet, the shoe business on the internet?
No, I
I'm
don't
asking
think
about
so.
e-commerce business now.
Yes, no, I don't think so. I think if you notice, most of the things I haven't really. Okay, one of the first things I said was your value proposition, and then knowing the customers, and then thinking of, and then them building the channels in which you reach the customers. Well, if it depends on the stage the entrepreneur is at. Some people haven't it doesn't make sense to build an e-commerce platform to sell shoes when you don't have a factory. So yes, you might need to start off by making use of existing e-commerce platforms that already have traffic and can where you can sell your shoes there while you build your own e-commerce platform, because these e-commerce platforms are not cheap. You have to spend money on building the infrastructure around it, and as well, why your brand when it's a new brand. So you can start off by using existing platforms like Jumia and Konga, and a lot of there are a lot of existing platforms. Start off by selling there. Start off by understanding the customer journey, how people are buying, what designs they're buying, and start out your entrepreneur journey from learning, and then you can then go on to launch your own platform. In that way, you've transacted across board. You've met your customers in WhatsApp. You met them on different platforms, and if and then they can now trust you. To,
Okay, that is good. The next one I want to ask now is the area of custom made and ready made.
custom made. Okay.
Yeah, how do you manage that aspect of in your business? How do you manage it, the custom made and the mass made? I mean,
Bespoke.
ready made.
All right. Ready made. Okay.
Because
Ready
I
for
know
where?
You know, some people in your industry that will tell you that say that they don't do ready made. They don't do custom made. They only have ready made. And I wonder how they
Okay.
manage to understand the best side that will fit their market, because is a bit tedious thing to do, because you don't if you
It's
want to
very
go into custom made ready-made shoes, you have to be very versatile with the sizes in the market, the best one that sells most, because I'm very sure there are some size of shoes that that will not move in market.
yes.
And if you are also considering maybe selling internationally too, you have to understand where you are selling to. Because if you are selling to some country like maybe China, there's medium size, I can say is even the smallest size in Africa. They are large size. I even say this because they have small shoes, they have small legs. So how do you bridge the gap between the custom made and the ready made?
Okay, so first of all, remember I always say you have to know your customer and you have to know your niche. Knowing your customer also requires you to build your customer persona. This customer persona understand who your customer is. Like for me, I always put a name and age and job and hobby, my persona that I have, and I understand my customer. The truth is that there's always going to be that conflict between choosing to do ready to wear or custom made shoes. So what we do is a blend of two. I'll say people to do what really works for them. If you have control of your production process, then custom might be good because you just have to charge more and decide on the amount you need to produce will be for you to break even or for you to be profitable. You don't have control of your manufacturing process, or you might not have your own factory, or basically ready to wear might be better. You can just choose a particular time of the month to produce all your shoes and then concentrate on selling. Or you can do a blend of the two, like we do at the Footwear Academy as well, but not all year round. We have times of the month when we 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 take your order, but then we inform you that will start production because the production for this month so that we can attend to all the orders we have and B2B customers that we have. And so you have to be able, as an entrepreneur, you have to really understand how you're getting your customers, what kind of customers at a particular time and season. Like right now, you can't be doing custom shoes at Christmas because it's Christmas. There's a lot of there's a lot of influx of orders coming in at now. So you're supposed to have gotten like you're supposed to have like ready to wear designs right now so that when customers call in you can tell them, oh, these are designs that we have this Christmas, this is the designs we have released this Christmas. And as well, knowing your customer will also let you know what kind of designs your customers like, and you will be able to produce those designs and market to your customer because you know where to find them.
Okay, that is good then. Thank you so much. I know time is fast spending, and this topic is not something that we can even finish within few hours like this. I know you have really tried, and thank you so much. And
You're
before you
welcome.
will leave, what is the next plan that you have for the TFA?
Oh,
The
exciting plans for
Footwear
2020.
Academy. Okay, so
Exciting
what is the
plans.
next plan? Yeah.
Okay, we are working on an online course for TFA and to be released soon. To be give it dates now because we're still working on it.
Okay.
But one of the reasons
Okay.
why we're doing this is for people. We get training requests from people all over Nigeria, and we would like
Okay.
to reach. And we get training requests for people in Africa as well. So we want, even if you can, even if you can come for the physical class, you would be able to attend the online classes, which is something we're working on. We're also working on a book, and
Okay.
my husband
Okay.
and I are working on a book called The Business of Shoemaking. It's really a book that we would have wanted to read when we started our business, and
Okay.
it's not only going to talk about the business of shoemaking. That's just one part. the topic I've taken today is just a topic in the book. We're going to talk a
Okay.
lot about materials and machines. We're going to talk a lot about the footwear value chain and factory design and layouts. It's really a book I hope will help any beginner or experienced shoemaker to really understand the business of shoemaking. And it's a book we hope writing and publishing will also help us understand um, um, help us understand the market as well. Because writing it, yes, we're going to also have to remember all the experiences we've been, all the things we've been exposed to, all the experiences these past years, and we're really pouring out ourselves into this book, and I'm really really excited for 2020.
Thank you
And we
so
have an
much.
upcoming for people interested in
Okay.
signing up. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, my last question is this: the automation part of the year of your business. How do you want? What do you want to say to that? To that?
Automation,
Yes.
like in what sense?
Yeah. Because I know,
Can you
because
say
you
that?
know, I was sharing with you that a few days ago that I was in a meeting with your governor, and he was telling us about the made in Aba. But I don't want us to go into that aspect. But one of the
Mm-hmm.
things that really that he was mentioning on during that in that meeting, it was that aspect of automation, which is one of the reason. I mean, which is one of the problem that African is facing. And he even said that he sent
Okay.
some guys to China to go and learn automation, how to do automation with shoes. So
Okay.
what's okay? I want to, what do you want to say to that? Are you in that? Are you as your company going to that side too?
Well, well, we do a lot of we do some kind of automation in sense that we have some machines that make things easier for us. We have a couple of machines, and which is this year we really invested lots of money on machines. Even at that, I still understand that starting. I'm always a crusader of start small, no matter what level you're at, you can still start producing shoes. And interestingly, there are like couple of finishing services that you can get in places like a bar. And oh, I've seen another question. I'll attend to that. Places like Aba and Lagos. So you can you and in Aba especially there governors there's a place called center where people can go and get access to some of the machines that uh, are used for shoe manufacturing. So even if you don't have, you can do that. So the governor of Abia State is really doing a lot of work in that aspect. I know Lagos has some form of automation, but for us, we also have some machines. But because I'm an academy, I am a crusader of handmade shoes. Don't worry if you don't have all these big machines that people are calling. Just start out with the little sewing machine that you're gonna have, and save up and buy a filing machine, and save up and buy a sew press machine. Just you can just save up and go from there. Never want to intimidate people with these big words of, oh, you have to do automation and stuff like that for you to make amazing shoes, because we went to Italy and they don't produce shoes with a lot of machines. They really do not do that. They do most of the things handmade, and it's a really interesting thing to see. So these are my biases about automation, but I feel like it's also a very good thing because we will get to produce shoes in bulk, and it will be better. It will be way better. So it depends. Like I said, you have to understand the market you're serving. If you're serving a mass market, then yes, automation is amazing.
Okay.
If you're serving a niche market or you're doing custom, you're in.
Okay. And we have a question on the screen right now that is asking you what are the challenges you encounter as a female shoemaker, because we believe that shoemaking is business or is for male. That question is from Sunday Timothy. What do you Sunday Timothy is asking that question, that what are the challenges you encounter as a female shoemaker? I think that's when you okay.
Yeah, well, one of the challenges that I encounter is that people naturally assume that um, you're not supposed to know how to make shoes as a woman. So it's something that comes at you, and then again, it's not only in shoemaking. It's not it cuts across most industries. There's usually bias. Oh, a woman. People have biases or professions that they believe women can do or cannot do. But I have seen amazing shoemakers, shoe designers that are women and that are doing amazing stuff, even in Nigeria. And so I think most of the challenges are just basically surprise and maybe surprise. I think so, but I don't think people will not do business with you because you're a woman. Yet I don't know if I've not experienced that
Okay.
in Lagos. I don't know. I can't really say. Or I think there's a high rise of women that are entering into the shoemaking
Yeah.
industry
I,
now,
wa-
and since
we
that
have
is
more
saying,
than we have over 30 female shoemaker in this group. Yeah, like I know them. More than 30 female
oh,
shoemakers
that's
are in this
interesting.
group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but do you know what pay me?
Yeah. So
Some of them
so
are
I
not
can.
online tonight.
Okay.
Some of them are not online.
Oh, okay.
That really painful. But nevertheless, so thank you so much, Chidinma, because I know time is not on our side, and if you want to go on and on, I know we will continue to go. So thank you so much.
Okay.
I know you have. I saw a flyer. Although I didn't mean that we were able to use the slide, we will be able to cover them.
Screen. Yeah.
That yeah, about your training that is coming up next year. So
January.
where are you having the training?
Training is going to hold in Abia State, and we have accommodation for out of state students. It's our aim to expose you to the biggest and most
Okay,
exciting footwear industry in Africa. So
okay.
people travel all over from the world to come to Italy to learn shoemaking. It's the same way we want people to travel all over the world to come to Aba and experience not only learn shoemaking but also experience the footwear industry. It's really something to see. It's really something to see.
Okay, that is good then. That is good. So what's how do we get access to the training? Because I know some of us may want to be particular, we want to partake in the training. How do we get access to it? Do you want to share the
Oh,
link later?
yes, I can. I'll share the website, my phone number, and you can call, and we'll give you more information about the training.
Okay. So that means you have two things that you want to share with us now, the slide and then the
Yes,
link for the
yes,
program. Okay. So
yes.
thank you so much. What's your last word before we leave tonight?
Okay, to
What do
everybody
you
listening,
Yeah.
this is my last word. Everybody listening, I'd like to tell you to, you know, keep doing, keep at it.
Okay.
Whatever it is you're doing, whatever experiences that you're experiencing today, or whatever businesses that you're doing is valid, whether you're succeeding or not. Like I learned recently that success is actually the journey and not a
Mm,
destination. So it's the
yes.
lesson you learned along the way that makes you a successful person. Not necessarily whether or not you got the goal you were looking for. It means
Okay.
that tomorrow you've learned. It means that whether you win or fail, it means that you've learned something. So
Yeah.
keep learning and keep.
Thank you so much. And before you leave, on behalf of Crossroad Africa, we would like to congratulate you for winning 2019 her Network Woman Startup of the Year. So
Yes.
that calls for a celebration. I think we need to celebrate. So congratulations for winning that award in that
Thank you.
category. So
Thank
thank
you.
you so much for joining us on Crossroad Africa. We really appreciate your presence
Thank
and
you for having me.
you have really impacted into us. We have really impacted to us. So we really say a big thank
Thank
you
you so
and
much for having me.
we wish you lovely time, lovely holiday and do enjoy your time. Thank you so much. And this is where we are going to be ending today's section, Crossroad Africa. I don't mean to go behind the scene without coming up with my face, but I have a poor lighting and this is our NEPA of a team. We just need to pressure. Thank you so much and do have a lovely